It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now, no need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Damn. And here I was, hoping my upstairs visitor was just playing tricks on me. A sheep!
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Fresh meat. Nice. Plump. Banded like a chicken's leg, too. That may be so, but look at the flies. Ban wisdom. Flies know when a creature will die, and it's around.
With two shakes of her stumpy tail, the sheep turns away from you to peruse her hay-filled manger. Did you expect a needle?
I'm not one to let sleeping dogs lie.
prisoner's eyes meet yours. He speaks not with gratitude.
Ah, freedom! And I can set you free in return. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them, lass.
I'll yield to none. I'll yield to none. Oh, under lock and key. junk. And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others. No lesions.
What a well of knowledge this tome is. Dallas is such a dear lending it to me. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered, and you'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
No. You're alive, and you're having a conversation. You are on a ship, of course, but...
Index fingers pressed to her lips. She pauses a moment to give you a...
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is a new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Everything's spick and span.
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. Finn was killed by Source. If a Magister could do that, there wouldn't be a Magister. Hey, look, listen. I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Not in here, it isn't. You let me know if you hear.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right over the side of this ship with him.
How
It was
dare
one of
you
them.
classify
I
this
know it.
slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out.
I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle.
hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely. Clearly don't know the first
What are you
thing
trying to
about-
hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet.
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
Sorry you're upset, ma'am, but we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here,
Keep those
we'll hang
bums
you right
trying
over the
to
side
run,
of the
and if
ship
she
with
tries to run, shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll enter.
She smiles with wicked...
Precisely.
What's happened?
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues scratching. The dog notices you for the first time and snarls.
You sorcerer!
It sneezes suddenly and paws at its...
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Too much sauce. Too much. Please, make it stop. Oh. Rouse, sorcerer.
The dog whines and continues...
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. Thanks. What fresh hell is this? Something's pounding on the hull.
The marking on the door was painted recently. Judging from its pungent scent, you press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds you.
Death fog. I need to get out of here now. More. We need to get off this ship.
first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes.
You said there were other people down there.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you! There's a ladder right over there.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
The Magister lies on the floor.
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a... Wait! Void woken!
Bugs would sink a ship on my watch.
Let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph salute.
I've faced worse.
Telling where there might be more. We need to move. Let's not tarry. This old tub is about to burst.
Away! The sea's hungry. We don't have much time. I hear something. It's Magister's...
She tries to speak, but can only gape as with jagged movements. She raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of blood, quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister C1's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. It's working. They press something within the ship, snaps. The floorboards shudder. C1 struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship...
It's ripping the ship apart! This is it. She's going...
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
Well, the Order's right about one thing. First comes Source, then comes Void Woken. Am I the lone survivor? Well, thanks, disembodied voice. Tychus Rex. Who's that again?
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eye.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Hi, Losa. I'm Tam. Are you a sorcerer too?
The child screws up his face and looks at you hard.
I don't see any sauce on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside. They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess what, you didn't die? Guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, we made it to shore. Dark with you. I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
Look here, Quercus. Another giant. My word, this blasted isle is teeming with them. What's that? Yes, I did see how it made short work of the great acorn servants. Quite right, very impressive. But that is no reason to trust it. Giants like that destroyed our forests. What? Dear me, have you taken leave of all 6 of your senses? Oh, I see. You cunning deaf. We need only follow in its big, wide shadow and be safe. Egads! It speaks our tongue, Quercus! Hush before... What do you mean a good time for introductions? You know full well who I am, you silly old cat. The great Salora, grandest of the... Oh, introduce myself to the giant. I shall do no such thing. No, we will have the giant march. Now, onwards! Shield! Venture forth, post...
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady mouth. Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock up.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid. You have my...
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that. Now then, if there's nothing further... If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a fright...
He sighs.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? A consciousness. Very good. And the water it may drown in. Life and death. Why not?
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse, I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? Oh, may the Seven have mercy on their... I am the Red Prince. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. This and that. Taggart on the other hand. Fine. On one, for reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. You do tend to beat around the bush, so now that that's settled, for even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that as a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Very well. Onwards then to...
The Red Prince nods.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see...
A black cat. Here, kitty. Here, kitty.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it...
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me. Me? I know who I am. At least I think I do. Sometimes it feels like... No, I know who I am. Who are you? Most don't see what's coming. God.
The cat shakes its head, as if trying to wake up from a deep sleep.
Huh? Yeah, fine. I'm fine. I just...
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but...
It's a lot nicer here than that stink. I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic.
You there? I'm looking for an inmate. He wears a large bronze ring with a dragon stamped. Have you seen him? None of your business, inmate. He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
No, it's just the pair of you and filthy cheating liars don't mean I can't beat ya.
A little respect for Griff's right hand.
The woman is scrabbling at her throat, as though she can hardly breathe.
Don't touch me! You're too close. This collar, this place, it's squeezing the life from me. Do you?
Her hands move again to her throat.
Goodness, but this place has made you cranky. Perk up, old chap. There's plenty of singletons about.
Leave me be, Sam.
I only mean that if you think about it logically.
I'm hungry.
The old dog looks up at you but doesn't lift his greying head from his paws. He heaves a heavy sigh. The tip of his tail starts to wag.
It's no use anyway. You're nice. Emmy would have loved you. She was my mate for the last 7, carry the 2, plus 50. 5 years! The Magisters, they took her. Nope, haven't smelled her either. She was real bright, you know. Had the best sniffer you've ever seen. I guess that's why they wanted her. Hey, let me show you something.
Lucky find.
Oh, hey! Hey! I thought you might be Emmy. It's nice to see you. Key? What key? Oh, the key! The Magister who took Emmy dropped if you find out where it leads. If you see Emmy, not too far from here, but she was taken by a guy in a white robe who smelled horrible. Lots and lots of dogs, and also a little like dead people. He dragged her to the big castle just there. I'm so worried about her. I think I love you.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't mean so much.
Collar, on, Sauce, gone, go!
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal,
And what you after?
Get bent.
a grin cracks.
Sure thing. I ain't. Just seeing how it's made. She's clever, Dalek.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something?
Come on then, Lexi. Pay up.
I find any bread, I want no trouble.
Bread or brisket, toast the same.
Your grift.
Need I repeat myself?
I will stay by the sorcerer and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapee.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent, you!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its...
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would... The fate of our realm... Dallas?
Yes, your help... What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
Why don't you join us in a round of cards? First hands on the house. No problem, Freshie. In that case, enjoy your stay. But
I'll be needing to collect your interment fee first, of course. I'm sure the Reds told you. No one gets along without paying the interment fee. So, let's don't think your connections will get here in time to save you if you don't pay up now. Go on then. Whatever pennies you've got in your pocket ain't worth my breath. But don't you go telling Griff I was soft on you.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your fifth blue jester this round.
What of it?
Send us your children,
Yeah, what of
your supplicants, and you divine.
Grab it in your gobblers, the both of you.
If you don't like the game, Topsy, you can fold.
No, no. Just 'cause the pair of you are filthy cheating liars don't mean I can't beat you.
A little respect for Griff's right hand, Topsy.
Right hand, my winker. Fella's got more right hands than an octopus.
That's it. I call court. Pay up.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your fifth blue jester this round.
What of it?
Yeah, what of it? Grab it in your gobblers, the both of you.
If you don't like the game, Topsy, you can fold.
No, no. Just 'cause the pair of you are filthy cheating liars don't mean I can't beat you.
A little respect for Griff's right hand, Topsy.
Right hand, my winker. Fella's got more right hands than an octopus.
That's it. I call court.
He
Pay
hasn't
up.
changed a bit. Always late.
Our Father, who presideth over us all.
I don't think I ain't watching.
Changed a bit. Always late.
She's gone. Gone.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
Mara. She ain't coming back. She's gone. Gone.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
Quiet down, Mara. It's time to accept reality. Overtaking the valley.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
as your children.
Where is he?
Supplicants, and you divine.
I never want to set foot on a stuffy old boat ever again. Never.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
Have your cud.
Did you see them, miss? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself? They were so close, almost within arm's reach. A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their easy enough to say the void one.
Come on, old man.
not.
I can't wait all day.
This is not your business, Long Pig.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like this one.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate?
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before...
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you.
The intense-looking man stands beside you against the thugs, shooting you an appraising. Burrow looks you both up and...
Ah, get out of here. The both of you.
The elf smiles and bows to you.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
The man rolls his sleeves back down.
Good work there. Good.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours. He grips your hand tight as a vice.
Good to meet you, lady. Say, you don't look all that busy. I could use someone to... I've just got a small errand to run. And then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here, while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place? The usual way. Haphazard, terrifying, and two heads are better than one. And when push comes to shove, four.
He grins, sharp.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But can do.
He scans the horizon for...
Right you are.
this is Fort Joy.
A delivery. Surely you have
crumbling disaster.
Say, do all lizards smell like oranges? Or is it just that crazy fellow with the pointy tail?
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Watch yourself.
What in his death caused it? So void woken, not a
You, you there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite alone? It's just, I've a proposition. Something very worth knowing. But it's hardly a group affair. I only need one. In that case, listen up. You must think me mad to approach a stranger, but this camp is full of cowards and I'm running out of time. Fast. Too fast. Way too fast. You would be too if you'd been here as long as I have. I've been here a long time. Longer than anyone else. People get touched. I have a way out of here. It won't be easy, and I need... Are you interested? Believe whatever you want. This may be your only chance at leaving this place. Oh, noble. But after the mad... Good luck with your friend.
The shrine depicts Lucian the Divine, avatar of the 7 gods.
Shrine, by the looks of it.
What's this? I found something.
I need to dig here.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
I wonder where this leads.
You walk up to a skeleton unlike any you have ever seen before. Approaching, you hear a profane rumble from the bugger.
How on earth am I supposed to... Oh.
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more...
Damnation! That stuck fast. I wonder... Ah! No! Stay back! Don't... Actually, you don't seem half as threatening as those creatures in red. Run along, won't you? I have business to attend to. Why, its face, of course. What other use would I have for some rotting corpse? A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull. I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Carved? Please. You hardly think I am one of your breed, do you? You have never seen anything like it. Simply put, I am an Eternal, and you are not. You have my sympathies. Indeed, no one seems to have the good taste to be. At least from this realm. As for the others... well... there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. Perhaps there I'll find my answers. I suppose, circumstances being what they are. You seem more at ease in this world than I. A guide would certainly be useful. Excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps you... Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality, but being a brilliant wizard does not mean I cannot handle blade or bow. So, which do you require for this enterprise of yours? Ah, you seek a more subtle approach. How surprisingly civilized. Very well. What do you require? If I had your mind, I'd rather wish I could I could do that with one. Splendid. Very well.
As you approach the unsmiling Magister, Ifan catches your arm and speaks to you with some urgency.
I need to talk to this one for a few moments. Alone.
Ifan strides up to the Magister, speaking in a calm and controlled...
Don't! I'll give you the information. Here, just don't! All right.
Ifan walks back to you, leaving the quivering wreck of a Magister behind. When he catches... Ifan catches you looking over at him.
What?
He barks a laugh. Then...
I wanted some information. That Magister wanted to negotiate. I negotiated. Oh, it's just practice. I only do it when it's necessary. And it was necessary back there. He wanted me to kill someone. I didn't want to kill them. Being a little impolite seemed the least bad option. That's about the size of it for me, all right.
After reading the scrap of paper he took from the Magister, Ifan marks a spot on your map and looks out to the far horizon.
Gavels! Natty old business, you.
You come to fight. You come to prove yourself. You come to be worthy. There can be only one, and you have but one chance.
She scoffs.
To prove you are the one. Never mind. The one does not ask such a question.
Oh, hey! Hey! I thought you might be Emmy. I think I love you.
reprieve from the din outside.
I magic you, you're dead!
Thank you for your help with that, thug. Rare is the human who goes against their own for an elf.
She bows.
I hear of no escapes. The only way out is through. Through the Magisters, through their cure. Thugs, I can stand, but I fear the Magisters. In this cave, we trust the healer. She is young, but she sees. She knows more than we know. In the camp, the brute Griff rules. He who gives me great pain. I'm with my family. We are making beautiful magic. We are healing a tree cut down with great violence. The Magisters come. My family runs, but I fall. My son looks back. I shout to him to run. Wait, before you go, I am not here without your help. I do not forget this. For you, a prize. I save it for a special occasion, but I can think of no finer occasion than this. Thank you.
You can't get me! You're too slow! I magicked you, you're dead!
I feel him, but I do not see him.
Got you! I got you! You're cheating!
I feel him, but I do not see him.
You can't get me!
No one tells me there are so many children in this Fort Joy. Your kind I handle, but small ones. You know what they do? They play a game called Scream. In this game, they see who screams the loudest.
I know they help.
The girl's eyes are covered, but she turns as you approach. She's...
Ah, hello. I'm very sorry to see the thing inside. Is it becoming stronger? I do not mean to disturb you. It doesn't want you to know. It doesn't want you to hear its name.
Something stirs within.
I can tell you, though.
The elf visibly shudders, and suddenly...
There's no time. It is...
Suddenly, your spirit shrinks away in terror. The thing looms. Your hands are suddenly desperate to rip the young elf apart. You want her skin under your nails, her blood in your mouth. You can't stop it. The voice is too loud.
We must hurt you if you hurt us, Losa. It is the only way to wake you up. Do you hear me? Please, you must subdue. Hurt her to save her. It's the only way.
The thing within is right. Her cold corpse will make...
You must weaken her to help her.
Your god would stay back, sorcerer, and
We know you've been helped.
I'd sooner cut. If you can, this can't be.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Majesty.
Atusa pinches the tip.
Stop! My father, the fate, Dallas.
Yes, you.
I.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
Come on.
Sweetheart?
Pipe down, Fire. It's time to accept reality.
You there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you In that case, listen up. You must think me. I've been here. I have a way. Are you interested? And a girl. Who wouldn't? Fine. The plan's simple. Completely foolproof. I have a spell that I can use to... There's an artifact that you can use to teleport me out of this place. It's found its way into a nest of crocodilians on a secluded beach nearby. Here, give me your map and I'll show you where to go. I'm glad you're of such a mind. Get that artifact, and you and I are as good as free. Go give those overgrown...
When another divine arises, we'll source change. She ain't coming back. Source. Yet so quickly, we find Source so dangerous. What in his death caused it? So void woken are attracted to Source. But why? When another divine arises, will Source change back to accept reality? Source. Why hasn't Alexander risen yet?
So, what's the news?
It's time to accept reality.
Ah, coloured like a dog. A very pink, very long dog. I'd pity you, but Scepter the Ineffable has no patience for weakness. I'd like to see you try, meatbag. Source caught us through me like a tidal wave, ready to break over your pathetic cowed head at my command. But of course, they'll happily dump your maggot-ridden corpse into the sea when they're through with you. Ha! Of course, precious. But which is worse, the cure of a disease? This power is my birthright, same as yours. But one of us has grown to astounding heights. Sorcerers.
Twists and rubs, tweaks and nubs, strokes and pokes, all the blows.
twists and rubs and tweaks the nubs. He strokes and pokes like all the blokes.
Bread or brisket, toes the same.
This is not your business, Long Pig.
Don't let this...
An intense...
Just stand.
Lone Wolf.
The thug...
Fire up, elf. No one...
The intense look burrowed... The elf smiles.
Follow me. If there is a safe...
The man rolls his sleeve.
Good work.
He stretches out one... He grips your hand...
Good to meet you. I've just got a small errand to run. And then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here, while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place? The usual way. 2 heads are better than 1.
He grins.
So, survival's can do.
He scans...
Right you are.
As you approach the unsmart...
I need to talk to this...
Ifan walks... Ifan catches you looking...
What?
He barks.
I wanted some information. That... Oh, it's just... That's a...
After reading...
I've spotted something.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
I wonder where this leads.
You walk up to a skeleton approaching. Bugger.
How an...
Skeletal...
Damnation. That's stuck fast. Actually, you don't seem half as threatening as those... Why, a face that I wouldn't... I could then...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard.
Carved? You have simply put... Indeed, at least from this realm. As for the others... I suppose. You seem excellent. While we are... Of course, I could do that with splendid. Very well.
So this is Fort Joy.
What a crumbling disaster.
Delivery. Surely you'll have one.
I've got that special shipment you was asking
I'm hungry.
The old dog looks up at you but doesn't lift his grey.
It's no use anyway. That's... Wait a minute.
this Fort Joy?
What a crumbling disaster.
The delivery. Surely you'll have one.
Take your coin then.
The dog focuses at the cat at your feet, baring its teeth and growling. The old dog looks up at you but doesn't lift his great...
I'm Buddy.
The tip of his tail stops.
It's no use anyway. You're nice. She was my mate for the last 7. Carry the 2. Say, let me show.
Good find.
Oh, hey! Tea? If you find out where it leads, not too far. Lots and lots. I think I love you. Food.
A little reprieve from the din outside. Thank you for your help with that, thug. Where?
She bows.
I hear of no escapes. The only way in this cave, it gives me great... Wait, before you... I am not here. Thank you.
I got you! I magicked you, you're dead! You're too slow! You can't get me! I feel you, but I do not see you. I'll stab you right in the eye! You can't get me! I feel you, but I do not see you. You're too slow! Wait, I call a timeout!
The girl's eyes are covered.
Ah, hello. I'm very sorry to see the thing. I see it before my eyes. You know it is not true. This one is...
Something stirs with...
I can tell you though.
The elf visibly shudders, and suddenly...
There's no time.
Suddenly, your spirit shrinks away in terror. The thing looms. Your hands are suddenly desperate to rip the young... You can't stop it.
We must hurt you if you hurt us, Losa. It is the only way to wake you up.
A little reprieve from the din outside. Thank you for your help with that, thug.
She bows.
I hear of no... In this, it gives me... Wait, I am not... Thank you.
Got you! Shua! 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 Got you!
Rest now. You'll hie yourself to the grave.
Food.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features. She was among the sorcerers, with her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away. And you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze. No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs...
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Who are you? There is no fame here, and no melodies either. Oh.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle, despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice a flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Let me tell you, once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this thing, but now I'm free. Of sorts. And I've traced... I intend to raise the subject with him.
She drives the needle in deeper.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
The bright sparkle of laughter.
Ha! How amusing. I admit, make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you? Escape? How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided deers around here would argue... Well, oh, little needle mine, what should I do? You know what? Today is a rather fine day. I'm not quite sure...
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles.
Let's discuss our respect. You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide and seek. As a rogue, my speciality is stealth. The quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. Suits me fine. Lead on, then follow me. But wait, you seem to have quite a few followers already. We'll be far too conspicuous traveling in a caravan like that. Return to...
Just as you're about to address the lizard, the Red Prince bars you with an out...
This man is a dreamer. As you know, I need a word with him. Permission indeed.
He bids the dreamer stand up and pay attention. The dreamer then chews and swallows a handful of... He falls asleep. To your surprise, the Red Prince lies down and follows suit. The Red Prince pinches the bridge of his nose in apparent irritation before turning his back on the jabbering dreamer. You receive a withering glance in...
A deserved bit of sarcasm, I suppose. But though it turns out I'm being hunted by an enemy I didn't know actually existed. The dreamers, though, they're on my side. And they've visions of me on the throne. Of course it is. But to keep it, I must find a second dreamer. A greater one. Bahara is her name, and she resides in the swamplands east of the fort. So,
You know,
I could tell you all about swamp dreamers too if I chewed that much Drudene.
Oh, do hold your prickly tongue.
Here you are. I wonder what keeps you. Tell me your tale. Start from the beginning. Start from where you come. I see, I see. Now tell me more. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you find. I understand. Now tell me how your story ends. I see it in your shoulders. The weight you can take this rope. It is a gift. It is common, but it helps you lift burdens. It is nothing. Many fragments swirl on my shoulder.
I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead. Them that pay the bills, of course. I'll be a rich... Time's up, Your Highness. It's stabbing time.
I'll yield to none.
to none.
Glory is mine.
Damn nuisance these assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really.
Tired of the view in here yet? I am too, I must say. Good to know someone's got your back when the going's tough.
Ifan nods and surveys the horizon.
find sources so dangerous? What in his death caused? That's what happened. So Void Workers are attracted to source. But why? When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sorcerers? Why hasn't Alexander risen yet?
So, what's the news? Well, I certainly got lucky with you, didn't I? The way out's... Give me your map. I'll show you where to go. And hurry! Not a tick of the clock to spare!
Will source change back? What if there are no sorcerers? Yet so quickly, we find source so dangerous. What in his death caused it? So Voidwoken are attracted to source. But why? When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sorcerers left? And why hasn't Alexander risen yet?
The woman is scrabbling at her throat, as though she can hardly breathe, as she catches sight of...
Ben! Ben Mist! Ifan! Ben Mist! You killed them! You killed them! He killed them all! Murderer! Keep him away from me! Help!